Ukraine's president is facing intensifying pressure as Donald Trump sets a June goal for ending the war with Russia. Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukraine is ready to back US peace proposals that could help end the conflict faster. Speaking to The Atlantic, Zelensky acknowledged he is ready to call presidential elections under defined conditions. Zelensky also said a referendum could be held on any peace deal, but only under safeguards he considers credible. Zelensky said his condition for supporting a US proposal is strong security guarantees for Kyiv after a ceasefire. "We're not afraid of anything, we're ready to end war," Zelensky told The Atlantic in the interview. The Ukraine president said, and I quote, "I think there is no greater victory for Trump than to stop the war between Russia and Ukraine. For his legacy, it's number one. The tactic we chose is for the Americans not to think that we want to continue the war. That's why we started supporting their proposals in any format that speeds things along. Ukraine is not afraid of anything. Are we ready for elections? We're ready. Are we ready for a referendum? We're ready." Zelensky said he rejected a reported US proposal to announce elections by February 24. He said no election announcement would happen until a ceasefire and security guarantees are settled in writing. Zelensky also said Russia pushed the idea of Ukraine holding elections during wartime, framing it as pressure. Zelensky said a US security guarantees framework is 100% ready and Ukraine is awaiting details to sign it. However, Zelensky said there is still no clarity on whether the US would defend Ukraine if Russia attacks again. The Atlantic report said Zelensky's inner circle fears the window for a deal may be running out. Zelensky told The Atlantic he would rather have no deal than force Ukrainians to accept a bad one. The Ukraine president said, and I quote, "No one is clinging to power. I am ready for elections. But for that we need security, guarantees of security, a ceasefire. I don't think we should put a bad deal up for a referendum. The idea of holding elections during the war came from Russia because they want to get rid of me. This hasn't been fixed yet. We have raised it, and we will continue to raise these questions. We need all of this to be written out. We've never been against ending the war. It's the Russians who have shown they are not ready for a dialogue." On February 10, reports said Zelensky was prepared to cave to Trump's demands as part of a peace deal push. The Financial Times reported Zelensky was planning spring elections and a referendum on a peace deal. The same reporting said Zelensky intended to announce the election and referendum plan on February 24. Reuters reported US and Ukrainian officials discussed how elections and a referendum could be carried out. Reuters also reported a US-Ukraine framework that would put any peace deal to a vote by Ukrainians. The Reuters report said US and Ukrainian negotiators discussed a May timeline for elections and a referendum. Ukraine was scheduled to have elections in 2024, but they were postponed under martial law after the invasion. Reuters reported that 2 rounds of US-facilitated talks were held in Abu Dhabi, including a prisoner release.